Hello, and welcome to an unscheduled stream, my thankful little Thursday Thought Pockets. I hope you guys are awake, and if not, then you can watch this later. I know I look like ass. I went to sleep in my shirt from yesterday, and I haven't showered yet, so it is what it is. Get off of stream. See you guys, I was right. He's obsessed. You know, they say your haters are your biggest fans. Hoppy, sit still. Good lord. I think the problem is he's on my mouse cord. Maybe we should put Hoppy over here. I'm gonna be snacking on these. I haven't had breakfast. I barely had time to like wake up, get Joseph out the door, and then I checked my emails. Excuse me. Brushed my teeth, and then I was like, you know what? I need my camera. My camera. It's always this fucking camera. Give me 1 second. So, I don't even fucking care. I don't care. Today's plan is to, there it goes, is to rebuild our Fallout for load order. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. It just keeps crashing. And so what I did was I created a new profile in my Nexus mod manager with no mods on, right? And then, let me move this real quick. And then shrink this a down like so. And I will show you guys my, if I can remember how to do it. I think there's a way of group. It's not group. Is it properties? It might be properties. Specific window. Maybe it's not specific window. Vortex. Here we go. So, specified window is not a game. That's fine. I don't care. Is it gonna show? It may not. I was gonna try to show you guys my screen, and I have never... What is up, Zach? It's so good to see you. Trust me, I don't mind starting my morning with you either. That's so funny. All right, let me go back to my game capture and change the properties back to auto. So again, this is a test stream. I'll actually read out to you. I only have a handful of mods. I'm using the Fallout 4 script extender, the unofficial Fallout 4 patch. I've got like a when I say a handful of mods, I mean literally like probably 5 or 6. I'm using full dialogue interface, and then I've got like some stability mods like the interior nav cut fix, mod config menu, no forced auto rotation, and backward point of what's it called? POS. It stands for something I can't remember. I've got the previs repair pack. Settlement keywords expanded, settlement menu manager file. I'm gonna use start me up just to like create a test character. I actually have a test character. We'll talk about that in a second. What else do I have? Workshop framework, workshop rearranged, and the patch pack 4 workshop rearranged. I have literally probably my normal mod list, and you guys know this because I've showed it to you when I've gone into my mod menu in game. It's usually between 8 and 9 gigs. My mod list right now. I've got the address library. And then like armor and weapon keywords, community resources pack, armorsmith extended, like buff out for the canary save file monitor. Like I have pretty much nothing but stability mods. I'm not using cheat menu. I'm not using any like I have no exploration mods, no new content mods, no quest mods, no sound mods. Like literally it's the base game and stability mods. That's it. That's it. I am using the one caveat is I'm using a it's not really a reshade. It's called Ionic 2021. It's a Fallout 4 photorealism kind of. It just basically like it's almost like an ENB without it being an ENB. It does as much as it possibly can that an ENB would do without actually being an ENB. And now we're on an ad break. Great! Ugh, so aggravating. But yeah, I don't have... I actually have looks menu turned on, but I'm not even using it. Not even using it. What I did was... let me kill my music, first of all. Let's kill the music. I need to do that real quick before we get into the game, because I don't need to be running this music the whole time I'm trying to stream. I feel like that would be a little too much. Alright, so let's launch the game. What do I have running? Oh, okay, I don't even have my VPN running right now. I have nothing running. I just restarted my computer, and I wanted to be using as few resources as possible, so I would have probably the most resources on Fallout 4 in the stream. Like, I want it to work. I want it to just work, damn it, Todd Howard. I just want it to work. And this right here is a good sign. I'm not having to tab into the game. That is a good sign, because normally I have to tab into the game for some... there's a mod that was causing a conflict for that as well. And you can tell instantly it's a new profile and everything, because even the color of my HUD is different. It's the color I used to always use, which is this kind of pale blue color. Alright, let's go into God mode. Now, what I did was... let me load. Wait, oh, wait. We're going to, load into the game. So I can show you guys my character. Actually, I don't even need to. Let's actually exit back out of the game real quick. Because I need to turn on some mods. I've tested all the mods that I just named. I'll show you the mods, actually, that I'm using. I'll show you my load order. It's very small. It's like less than 2 gigs. My total is 1.98, which is close. It is close. But I mean, I'm not using any, like, I don't even have anything that allows me, like, adds new things to the build menu, like, nothing. Only thing I'm using is, I don't have any audio mods turned on. Like, I have nothing turned on. Nothing. These two here are, like, basically hard-baked because I keep the plugins turned on in Nexus Mod Manager, so you can't mess with these at all. But yeah, the only graphic mod I'm using is Wet, which is a water enhancement textures. And now this here is actually from Bethesda's mod. That is actually I lied. There is an actual build thing in there. But like Clearwater and Wave are both like graphical enhancement mods, but they're so tiny and minor that they don't really matter. But yeah, I'm not using anything to like add anything new to the game that basically shouldn't have already been there. Now, and I don't mean that like in a facetious, hateful way, but like what we're doing is we're going to be testing out mods. This is going to be a lot of us starting and stopping, loading and exiting. Like, we're going to be doing a lot of that. We're going to do a little bit of basically we're trying to break the game so we can figure out what's not working and what is working. All right, so let me go back up to the top. I'm going to turn on, where is it at? We're not going to do any, like, we're not going to focus on settlement building. What we're going to focus on as far as mods right now to test out is, like, stuff like the Beantown Interiors mod or Stumble Upon Interiors, stuff like that. But we're not going to use Beantown Interiors because I always use Beantown Interiors and it always becomes a problem after a little while. 10 years ago, Beantown Interiors was like the mod pack basically for, or just mod, it wasn't a mod pack, but just the mod for new places to explore and find and discover. But due to just the fact that that mod hasn't been updated in probably 10 years, it's been patched by someone else who didn't make the mod. That could also be problematic. And the game has had vast updates to the code, the game world itself. It's really hard to get very old mods to work properly. It's very hard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on. Let me find them. The first thing we're gonna start on is exploration mods, stuff like that, but not the Beantown Interiors mod. We have a couple other ones. I want to try using someone's outside. I just heard it over these, which are kind of like noise canceling. I have to double check. I need to double check with. I have to bring up the mod page to make sure that it's compatible with other mods. Okay, so I want to use Conquered Revised. It's a really good mod. It is recommended to use Plenty of Exploration, Commonwealth Underground and Forgotten Spaces, Vault-Tec in Conquered, Conquered Expanded, and the ELFX patch for Conquered Revised. So, I'm not sure what that particular patch even does, but I'm not even using ELFX. I'm not using ELFX. Am I? Let me double check. That is enhanced lights and effects, and I don't even have it. I think I've used it once before, but I don't have it in this load order. I've never loaded a save with it, so there will be no residual code or anything. So not even worried about that. All right, so we're gonna turn on Conquered Revised, and it said it works like a charm with Conquered Expanded. This is the mod author's own words. We're turning those two on. It'll be huge. It'll be wonderful. I don't even know why I'm doing a Trump impersonation like that. All right, so what else does it work with? It works with. I don't have Commonwealth Underground and Forgotten Spaces, although we're gonna look at it real quick. I don't. I'm looking, and I'm actually not hating it. There's a shelter there. Okay. Anna's, whatever that is. The way down. That scares me. The darkness awaits. This is. See, you know what? Let's see how big the file is. 31 megabytes and some change. It adds okay. Oh, I didn't even read these to you. Let me read these to you and tell you about them. So basically, what I want to do is I want to create like a very stable, non-crashy. I'm sorry. The sleeping pants I'm on, they're like getting wrapped up because they're very. I'm gonna show them to you. They're very drapey. They're very very loose and stretchy. And like when I go to like stuff a leg, like a stuff a foot under my leg and sit on my foot, basically like I always do. It's like things get like wrapped. It's just crazy. I may take these off and put on shorts. Should I put on shorts? Should I put on shorts? It's not cold. I wonder if I should. You know what? I think I will. Give me 1 second, guys. Or I could just take them. You're not going to see me from like here up. So, but if I get up for any reason, like someone knocks on the door, or I have to go pee, or doot, as I call it. Yeah, shorts it is. Give me. Oh, and I've got new merch to show you guys. Give me 1 hot second, okay? I'm gonna leave the camera on, but you're not gonna see me do anything but walk out and then walk back in and something different. Give me 1 hot second. Okay, I have new merch. I have new merch. I'm so excited to show this to you. I almost wore it, but it's not cold right now. It's a little nippy outside, but like it's warm inside. So, the first thing I've got is a new froggy hat. I love it. Joseph thought it was a cat. Like, does that look like a cat to you guys? That is a new froggy hat. And you wear it in such a way, fuzz, you wear it in such a way that the frog is on the side of your head, basically. So when you turn your head, you see the froggy. And I bought the same exact kind of hat, but with a Vault-Tec logo on it. I love this hat so much. It says, prepare for the future. And then my other big purchase is a new blue Vault-Tec hoodie. I love this so much. I can't wait to wear it out when it gets like cold again. Like I could even technically feasibly wear it outside right now, like to go check my mail and whatnot, but I'm not really interested in that right now. Okay, so what this is a mod load order to basically make it. I'm not going to say an uncrashable Fallout game, but I want to stop as many of the crashes as I'm able to. Like there are some mods that are great mods and won't cause a crash at all, but when you pair them with other great mods that don't cause crashes, when they work together, they do cause crashes. So this is what we're trying to do. Basically, we're going to be in and out of the game a lot. I'm hoping not so lot, but a lot. Okay, so what we've got is the first one is Conquered Revised, and you know what? I'm so fucking stupid. I just remembered yeah. These are the mods that we're going to be using. Right now, we're going to turn them on one at a time to make sure that they're extremely stable, but we are going to try them out. The first one is Conquered Revised, and it's basically it adds a whole bunch of new. That one's really new. I've actually used this mod before, I think on one playthrough, and it was very fun. The mods, like the actual like what they've built with it, like the world you're exploring and whatnot, was very interesting. Like I was very interested in it. And it's just a whole bunch of new locations for you to discover, explore, loot, defend, that sort of thing. And in it, let me see if I can't, wait, is this the way? This is not the way. Is this the way? I'm trying to actually blow it up a little bit so you guys can see it. Time to hustle. Happy streaming. Think about me. We love Zach. We love Zach so much. We love him so much. But here are the recommended mods. Here are old recommended mods. And Beantown and Tears, it says, might still work, but may cause issues. Use at your own risk. So we're not going to use Beantown and Tears. But Plenty of Exploration seems to work fine with the mod. Commonwealth, Underground, and Forgotten Spaces, which I'll show you that in a second. Vault-Tec and Conquered. I don't know if I want that one. We'll open it up in a new tab in a minute and look at it. Conquered Expanded. Now the one we're on now, Conquered Revised, Conquered Expanded, and Plenty of Exploration are some of my favorite mods. And I'll show you guys why. The first one is this one, and I'm about to turn it on. It has like multiple versions of the mod, and I chose, I believe, this one, Conquered Revised V1B Packed. Basically, it's an all-in-one minus the museum. The museum, whenever you edit the museum, that can become problematic because it's the museum is already quest intensive, and progression in the main quest line revolves around completing that museum as fast as possible. Okay, let's look at the bugs. Textures flickering. It says not a bug. Sewer, no texture. I don't know what that means. Duplicate. Robot Welsh, no voice. Sewer, no texture. It says fixed. So, oh, it's a duplicate of that. Okay, I see what you're... Disappearing house. Fixed. Museum of Freedom, disappearing walls. It says known issue. Priority is low. Museum of many cells, whatever that means. Signs pixelated, known issue, not set. I don't know if that's fixed. This one's closed. Okay, so I'm looking at the bugs, and so far it's basically it's looking at like how many are known issues, and so far there are only 2 known issues, which means there are pixelated signs. I've run into that using this mod. It's not game breaking, it's not immersion breaking. I just ignore the signs. It's not all the signs in the game. It's 1 or 2 signs that when you're very far away from them, the signs show up just fine, but when you start to get close, they look like TV static. I don't know why. And then this one. And this has been a problem since June of 2024. So is this one. They were probably both turned in by the same person. Because they literally same day. Within minutes of each other. So, yeah. Let's look at posts real quick. I'm just going to do a quick scan. It says, I split the mod up between the main town interiors and a museum. There are now separate mod files available for download. I don't know how well it'll go, but hopefully nothing of importance was lost when it's going on a rampage in Xedit. The newest version sees slight changes to the civic access sewers and basement entrance to Daytona's store. Seeing as I want my mod to be compatible with most of the mods out there, I decided to move my edits to the vanilla interior in an effort to remedy the conflict issues. Never mess with the museum. This is the most generally compatible, stable, and yet useful mod out there for the town. Okay, your mod also works well with Commonwealth captives. So in every cell that you put in a town, you stumble upon a small group of raiders holding some girls captive. That's very much like immersive winches for Skyrim, where you have to run around and like save winches, take them to a tavern. Not interested. Not interested. And not because I'm gay, but that just feels a little sexist. Like, why you always have to rescue the women? You know, you shouldn't have to. But yeah, we're going to turn this one on. And this is the one that I've downloaded. So let's turn on Conquered Revised. Oh, I did turn it on. Okay. And Conquered Expanded. I'll show you guys Conquered Expanded now. It's this one. This one here adds 20 plus more buildings. And it works perfectly with Conquered Revised, meaning there will be no overlapping edits. Like you go to, like for instance, especially with Beantown Interiors, some of the buildings at Beantown Interiors are also being used by Conquered Revised or Conquered Expanded. And so you'll go to that building and you'll go to open a door and either will not work at all or it'll crash the game because it's trying to load 2 cells at the same time. Or you go to open the door and literally you can't activate the door at all. Or sometimes the door is boarded up because in one mod there's a door there and in another mod there isn't a door there. So they flicker in and out. So that's problematic. Or as I like to say, problematique. There are 9 known bugs on this one. So this is the thing. These are all new issues. But these have been around for years. Okay, this is a problem. Current progress in 2019. Final optimization. Jesus Christ. Please, Red 4 has been updated. Don't you update it yet. This was in May of 2024. Not a bug, just not compatible with America Rising 2 Floating Ground. Okay. I believe, let me double check. I believe I was using America Rising. I have that, but it's not turned on. But I mean, I have that. Maybe in another profile I had it turned on. So that might have been a problem. That might have been causing crashes. This is the thing about doing your due diligence when it comes to modding your game. You have to go through like the bug list. You have to go through a little bit of posts to find out the most common and current and most recent bugs, and then you have to like see if the mod author has put out a compiled list of compatible mods, incompatible mods, compatibility with patches. Like that's the sort of thing that you have to do whenever you're building your load order. That's why sometimes that meme, this is plenty of exploration. That meme of when you have a day off or even a whole vacation and you're like, I'm gonna play my game. You'll spend 12 days modding your game and then finally you go to load it and you're like, I'm so fucking over this. That is a real thing. You get burnt out on Fallout 4 and Skyrim just from modding it and testing them out and making sure they work. All right, so what we've got going on right now currently is we have two new mods turned on. We have Conquered Expanded and Conquered Revised. We're going to launch the game, and then we're going to load from when I am inside the museum about to take the exit door out onto the roof, where you find the vertibird, the crashed vertibird, and the power armor. You guys get me? Okay. That's where we're going to load from, because that particular door is a huge problem for mods. It really is. I hate to be like that, but it is a huge... Oh, wait. I don't have my... I just remembered I still got my, my browser showing instead of the game. Give me one hot second. I'm going to have to, like... Come on. Okay. Let me tab out real quick and change this back to the game. So sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. I forgot. I got so, like, excited to actually boot the game up. I'm not joking. Just hearing that music makes me happy. It does. It makes me so happy. And I'm really curious as to see, like... Oh, wait. We needed... For some reason, my looks menu... Let's quit. For some reason, the plugin for looks menu always likes to turn itself off when I exit the game. I don't know why. I don't know why. Which is funny because I'm actually not using it. I'm actually not using it. Like, not using it. Let me make sure everything else is turned on. That should be turned on. Sorted automatically. That's fine. That is 1000% fine. Alright. Let's try this again. So sorry. This is... what comes with the territory. I'll spend half my morning. I've gotten a lot better and a lot quicker at mod testing and loading the game repeatedly, but it'll take half my day. And so I'll probably, like, I'll get a little bit of gameplay in for you guys, but more often than not, I'll end up just doing this back and forth, and then really getting to play it like maybe 30 minutes before Joseph gets off for lunch. Today's his long day. He's working, this is how I can tell I have he's working, I think, 5 to 2. This is how I can tell I have, like, a really small load order, because when I bring up the console and type in TGM, it doesn't freeze for a minute to load. It immediately up, down. That's it. Alright, we're gonna load from here. And... hopefully... God willing, when I get to this door, because, I mean, I saved it literally right before walking to the door. I've looted everything in the museum that I need to loot. I saw everything I needed to see, immediately done. I already talked to Preston and whatnot. I picked up the quest to go through here, through this door, and whatnot. And basically, and the problem is also... like, we have to run around for a little bit and try to break the game by breaking the cell of Concord. It's not going... I would really hate that. It's not going to crash immediately upon exiting out through this door, even with problematic mods. It seems to be like a build-up over anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes to even an hour sometimes. I can literally just run around too fast in Concord, and it'll crash the game. I don't know why. I'm not interested in, like, really, like, content. I'm just grabbing the things that my character's gonna need. Now, this is a throwaway character. I'm not gonna keep this character. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to make sure that this load order is viable, stable, and ready for stream before we try streaming it. Because how many times have we been in the middle of a good Fallout 4 stream and had to stop and go to a different game because... Bye. They don't even know I'm here. That's the first time I've ever done that. Now, I will say this. My game right now, it is extremely stable. Like, I've been getting, like, frame rates of, like, about 50-something right now, which isn't normal, really, considering... Damn, this motherfucker is running! I'm just trying to get through this as fast as possible. And I'm not even worried about people's dignity. I'm just auto-looting. I'm speed looting like a freak. I'm trying very hard not to blow these trucks and stuff up. I like keeping the trucks and cars intact as much as possible. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to like aim for the legs and feet of so and so. I really don't want to blow up that car, but I have a feeling it's coming. Let's kill this fucking Deathclaw. You know what? I don't have any like texture mods turned on. Like none of like my let's pretty up Raiders or let's pretty up Deathclaws. I have none of that turned on right now. Oh, bitch. That's not what I meant to do. Oh shit. Okay. I know I have. But like I have a mod that like pretties up Deathclaws in 4K, gets rid of like all the body seams and stuff. And realistically, even without that mod, look at this Deathclaw. He looks pretty freaking scary. This damn Deathclaw, he's giving it his all. And we're gonna go for his head now, because I mean, he's like right here. I can't miss. I'll probably end up blowing up a car anyway, because the damn Raiders are still after me, and they're just shooting willy-nilly. It seems like it's a lot slower, actually, without some of my mods playing. Like, as far as, like, how quickly the minigun is firing. Okay, where are you at? Oh, there you are. Hi, friend. Where you at? I'm coming for you. And there's supposedly... Oh, one more, yeah. They really are like... It feels almost like the AI is different. I ran into that, actually, also with Skyrim yesterday. Okay. I think that's all of them. This house is actually new. That's never been there before. That house is new. Also, believe it or not, you guys, testing these mods out, you're gonna like this, actually. Testing these mods out is going to involve us exploring. Literally playing the game, exploring. Because sometimes these mods won't break unless you test their limits, explore them. Okay, so see what I was talking about? Pixelated signs? They're very, like, it's like TV static, right? That is a known issue. It hasn't been fixed. I don't know why at this point, but I believe if you kind of back away, the sign turns into the Concord Meeting Hall. It really, like, it doesn't disappear until you get about, yay. We're probably about 20 feet from the sign. All of a sudden, it turns into TV static. There's another one, I believe, over here somewhere. No, it might be this one, this red one over here that says some kind of cafe, I believe. Yeah, it turns into, yeah, and these doors, those are new. We've got a lot of new stuff. Now, what I like doing... Actually, let me make sure I looted everybody. Did I? Yeah, there's Gristle over there. Okay. What we're going to do... And I do this for every playthrough. It doesn't matter if it's just a test stream or not. I don't like talking to people in power armor. I'm not a fan of power armor in general. I'm really not. I'd rather just play the game in God mode. It works better, honestly. But we're going to run because I want to test... how far and how fast. Actually, okay, so I forgot to tell you guys this. I'm in a throwaway pre-made character. Like, I just used Start Me Up to just... I didn't do any character customization. I have the classic Nate look, but I started in Concord. I haven't even opened up Sanctuary, Vault 111, or even Red Rocket. I started in that house right there. That is a vanilla house, so it can be used for this mod. I would like... a start me up patch that includes more options for some of the like exploration mods we're using, so you can start off in one of the new locations. I think that would be excelente. In the meantime, I really need to like, I want to drop off my power armor over here, but we haven't even greeted the dog yet. I don't want to, but Lord Jesus.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself?
I also hate the damn dog. I wish we never had the fucking dog. I hate the dog.
You want to come with me, pal? Okay, then. Let's stick together.
Alright, so first things first, we're going to drop off the power armor. I have no audio mods. It's so weird hearing classical music come from this particular radio. Also, I need to switch back to my regular gun. I was using the laser musket, but I think I'm going to switch to... I'm going to switch back to the gun I was using, which was the calibrated 10mm pistol. I really like that. I really like that gun. And we need to go ahead and kill the mole rats because we do. I'm not especially concerned with settlement building or anything like that. We've got to like basically we have to play the game, because that's really what's gonna, like, if there's any problems, that's what's gonna destabilize the game. It sounds like a cop-out just so I can play the game, but really, like, loot containers, get into a firefight with a lot of, like, effects going off. Damn, I'm really bad at this. I thought I was better. Bitch, where the... My dog is, like, farting or something? He's green. Oh, shit, there's another one. Yeah, kill it, kill it, kill it. What? Did my dog get, like, some kind of weird... Why is it green? Okay, it went away. I guess one of these mole rats that attacked it had radiation damage. Was it an irradiated mole rat? No. None of the mole rats were irradiated. That's weird. Okay, hey.
Hey. Wait there. How you doing, buddy?
Wait for me at home.
Stay safe, buddy.
Red Rocket truck stop. I don't keep the dog. I don't keep the dog. I know a lot of people really like the dog. I don't. I don't hate the dog, but I hate the dog. If that makes sense. All right, we're going to transfer all of my crap. Wait, wait. Why am I so well overweight? What's in my bag? I've got a lot of guns and whatnot. Oh, okay, I know what it is. I've been auto-looting everything. I haven't been, like, being picky and choosy. I've auto-looted everything. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of Preston and whatnot, and we're going to send them to Sanctuary, and then we're going to explore Concord. This is going to be a very big Concord stream. I want to see just what we can and cannot get away with. I want to make sure that these mods work well together. We're going to do probably about maybe, I don't know if we'll investigate every single, you know what? Just to be safe, let's go ahead and save our progress. I get very uncomfortable, and I'm not going to be overwriting saves. Also, I really have to go pee. I'm squirming now because I've been sucking down water all morning, and then I switched to Coke, which I shouldn't have, but after I brushed my teeth, I was like, I'm sick of water, so I was like, I'll be drinking Coke after brushing my teeth. So I'm going to park my character for a hot second and run to the potty real quick, and then I'll be right back so we can get rid of Preston and then do some exploring. Give me one hot second. Let me tab out, and I will be right back. Sorry about that. I was actually opening up. Hold on. Get rid of that. It's just getting on my nerves. I was actually opening up my curtains and blinds so we can turn off my ring light. I love the ring light. I do. It gives me good light, but this is better light in my opinion because A, it's natural, and B, it doesn't like wash me out so much. All right, we're going to get back in the game. Sorry about that. Oh my god, you guys. I went to go back into the game and the game crashed. All right, so, and it's entirely possible that could be due to the fact that I took so long, actually tabbed out. Fallout 4 does not respond well to being tabbed out of. It really doesn't. It doesn't like it. It's not for it. It's not with it, and it is totally unanimous in that. All right, so okay, so the game crashed. I'm waiting for it to stop doing the little spinning thing. I may have to like shut down. Oh, there it goes. I was about to say I'm gonna have to shut down Nexus mods. Okay, so the next mod that we're gonna be turning on. Let's go back to Google. Is Plenty of Exploration. Now I've used this mod and I really like this mod. It has very atmospheric locations. It's got like the tiniest, and when I say the tiniest bit of lore, I mean the tiniest bit of lore. Like you'll find like a note or a terminal or two with like a couple of entries. It's very well done, first of all. It's very well done. I love Plenty of Exploration. It's actually a discontinued mod. The best mods for Fallout 4 are always discontinued. When it comes to like exploration and new locations, excuse me, we're lucky that we can still download it if we choose to. Quite a few of my mods that I use a lot of, I'm turning it on now. They were pulled from Nexus mods during Modgate of like 2020 or whatever it was. And so getting them again is nearly difficult. Sometimes you can find them on like external websites. Sometimes you have to go to a personal Discord. Like, it's nuts. So we're going to download the Commonwealth Underground and Forgotten Spaces mod. Valdecil oh, we don't have Valdecil, so that's fine. Yeah. All right, we need to use version 2.1, and it includes 20 plus new interiors. Again, I'm really hoping that it doesn't come with any mod conflicts for Conquered Expanded and Conquered Revised. Now, I really wanted to use a specific Conquered mod called Conquered Resurrected, and basically what it does is drifters will roam around Conquered and vendors will set up camp. You'll see people in like the vanilla opened buildings. They'll start like repopulating in Conquered a little bit. It won't be a full-fledged settlement, but you'll have like a vendor or two set up. You'll occasionally have new like enemy spawns that will come in and attack, that sort of thing. I want to use it, but at the same time I kind of don't. So because I'm worried about like if Expanded and Revised, those two mods, don't also use some of the vanilla buildings. So I have to be picky and choosy, and like maybe on the next playthrough I can I can turn on Resurrected, which allows it to be slowly repopulated. Also, I really wanted to use Conquered Personified. It's another unmarked interior location mod for Conquered, but you can't stack every single one of them because a lot of them will use the same buildings. There's only so many buildings. Now, a mod that adds new buildings, like literal new structures, that's okay. It's not breaking anything. It's so much better to add to the game than to subtract. And when I say subtract, I don't mean like delete a building. I mean break a pre-combine. Like, the Beantown Interiors did that horribly. Like, it was, I guess at the time, the mod author was doing their absolute best, and I love that mod. They make some very detailed locations that are just so fun to explore. But it's one of those things where like they're opening up buildings that were never opened up, which breaks the pre-combine. And while they're adding an interior shell that you can walk around in and explore, which is fun, they're breaking pre-combines and they're causing the game to render a lot more items, individual items, in an area that is already kind of overwrought with renderable items. All right, so we installed and turned on the Commonwealth Underground and Forgotten Spaces. Let's get rid of that. Actually, I don't even need that. This is the last one. It's called Vault Tech in Concord. First of all, I don't even know where it is. It has 3 bugs already. Crash the desktop. Build fail. Game crashes when you clean the ground. Are you supposed to clean items not being scrapped? Oh, I think it makes an area in the game like a settlement, just a small little Vault Tech office in Concord that has been taken over by raiders. Any requirements? No. I really appreciate that when you download a game mod and there are no requirements other than the base game. Those are kind of some of the best mods. They don't require another mod by another author to work. Like, for instance, some mods specifically require Settlement Menu Manager, or some might require Address Library, or some might require Fallout 4 Script Extender, and what's funny is sometimes you'll come across a mod that, okay, it requires a mod, right? Like mod number A. So you go and you download and install that mod. But in order for that mod to work, you have to download 2 other, sometimes many other mods, and then external website programs also, like Fallout 4 Script Extender, Address Library, Awkward, which is what's it called again? What's the name of that? Everybody calls it Awkward, but it's Armor and Weapon Keywords Community Resources. Mod Configuration Menu, Settlement Menu Manager, Workshop, like a lot of those all rely on each other, and then a couple of other little extraneous mods that don't do anything but provide support for the first mod. So I'm like, why not just build all that into one mod? First of all, let's just build all that into one mod. And sometimes when a mod author is fixing problems, they create new problems in the game that another mod author was like, well, I gotta fix that now because it no longer works, in order for you to, it snowballs. That's why when you run around playing the game with no mods, believe it or not, it's a buggy, glitchy, problematic piece of crap, but it's probably the most stable you're gonna get it. Just saying. All right, so we turned on Commonwealth Underground and Forgotten Spaces. We're gonna relaunch the game. We're gonna load in the middle of Concord too. We were in the middle of Concord, so this could be problematic, all on its own. And the thing about like, for instance, turning a mod back off is you have to make sure that you can just turn it off and reload your save without corrupting your save. Sometimes it requires you going and making a separate holotape. And then using the holotape's instructions in order to play it safely. The holotape will basically get rid of anything pertaining to that mod, and then as soon as you run that holotape and disable that mod, you have to exit out of the game, turn off the mod, reload the game, and then I believe load from I don't know if from that save you just made or from a prior save. Okay, we're still in Concord. We're back where we started. Okay, so let's go grab Preston and whatnot and get rid of them. And then we will explore and try to break the mod. Now, again, I don't know if the mod just crashed on its own. The game crashed on its own because I tabbed out, or while I was peeing and then opening the blinds, if my Concord mods caused the crash. I don't know. The only way I can find out is by continuing to like stress test game. We just got a lag spike right there as soon as we got to the museum. Let's hope for the best. Oh my god. I'm in game.
You okay?
I'm fine, Preston.
Just realized I forgot to turn off the damn... Oh, it's so aggravating.
Quit fussing.
That was a pretty amazing display. I'm just glad you're on our side.
You guys gonna be okay now?
See, I'm using the Nate.
For a
I
while
hate the
anyway.
Nate. I hate
At least know
Nate.
something.
His name is literally Tester.
Listen, when we first met,
We're gonna skip ahead.
You're welcome. Anytime.
well, since you
All right, Garvey. I'm in.
Oh,
Okay. I'm listening.
you're a man.
I'm just skipping it ahead.
Sure, whatever.
And even I don't need the sight to tell you where the great.
Please, Mama Murphy. I'm working.
Look, kid.
Uh-huh.
know, Mama Murphy, we talked about this.
Okay, so they're
That
basically
shock,
done.
It's gonna
Now,
kill you.
Shush,
I
Preston.
don't think
We're all gonna die eventually. We're gonna need
the mods that I
space.
turned on will do... That they're gonna do anything to...
Now let's get going.
the museum, but I'm gonna double check it. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab everything. That way I don't have to come back. Oh, hello.
Bingo.
There's a card there.
Not far.
She knows about it? You mean she had one of her visions?
I don't have Sim Settlements turned on.
And now you
You know what I've discovered is I think I might actually like Sim Settlements 1 more than I like Sim Settlements 2.
Everybody just take it easy. We're all in this together, right? So Marcy, you got a better idea of what we should do next? Anybody? Well then, sanctuary it is. Let's just hope it lives up to its name.
As you guys can see, I have literally just like, I've looted everything. I wouldn't mind the museum being turned into like a full settlement. And honestly, I'm fine with the size of it now. I know that the museum actually has cut content. I know that. Everyone knows that at this point. If someone could respectfully restore the entirety of the museum and have it make sense, that would be fine too. But honestly, the amount of museum that we have now, are they all gone? Oh, they all left quickly. Wow, normally they lag and whatnot. So maybe I have an actual like working Conquered load order.
I'm in.
Did you guys see that? The passcode for that was furry. I'm just grabbing any leftover stuff that I didn't grab before. And also, for some reason, I like opening up the shutters. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I love opening up the shutters. Imagine, this is the thing, like, if Preston couldn't shoot those two guys through these shutters, he had no business shooting, period. Like, he had no business. None whatsoever. I didn't do all my looting. Okay, so here's the test. We're going to go through that door because there's still loot up there. First things first we're going to do is we're going to save. Because for some reason this door can or cannot be a trigger. Okay, I guess it's loading. We're still not out of the woods until we've like loaded into the game world. Also, I turned off my long load times fix. You know, sometimes it'll be like a really long load time. You guys have seen me trying to load the game sometimes, and it's like pulling teeth from a wild boar. Dealing with a bad headache? I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Have you taken anything? Have you eaten anything? Have you gotten enough sleep? All of those can contribute. And I know you know that. I just, you know, I tend to worry about you. I'll go 2-3 days. I'm not joking, you guys. What's his, Eric, the Crafty Cub. I always just want to call him Eric because I've known him for like almost 2 decades now. But we'll do this thing where, like, sometimes, and he knows this, I've said this before to him, like, if I go 2 to 3 days without talking to him, even if it's just in Messenger, I'm immediately like, oh, we're not friends anymore. He doesn't like me anymore. Like, I had plenty of sleep, took my meds, and eating now. Okay, good. I immediately, like, go into panic mode. Like, oh my God, he doesn't like me anymore. He's too famous to be my friend. Like, I immediately go into that mode, and then I'll like talk to him and I'm like, I missed you. And he's like, I miss you too. We need to hang out. And I'm like, okay, so we are friends. I'm just crazy. And I can't help it. It's just the way my brain works. Well, I meant, you know, I look at you as, you know, a big time streamer. You guys, you know, I talk about this all the time, but like, I'm so proud of the Crafty Cub. You know, like 2-3 years ago, you know, he was just, you know, living his life, you know, being Eric and being my friend and whatnot. And, you know, I told him, you know, like, you need to try streaming, you know, it'll help you, you know, meet new people, make friends, give you something to do, you know, because, you know, he was just kind of, you know, at a loss for like what he wanted to do. And he's so come out of his shell, and he's done something, and it's something to be proud about, you know, and I'm proud of him. And he's got lots of friends now. He's part of an amazing community, and he's still pretty humble. So I'm like, that's not small potatoes. I'm so, you know, and so like, and I also, you know, as far as you've come, I look at you as like famous now. So just take the compliment. All right, so we're gonna start at the beginning up here and work our way down through some of the cells. This one here is still boarded up. This house here is still boarded up, which kind of hurts my feelings because when the Beantown Interiors mod is installed, that's a really interesting house to explore. The next one is this building, which, okay, on a dime diner. We're gonna pull our gun out because I believe some of these instances have enemies in them. Excuse me. This one does not, but I do recall being in this diner before and experiencing game crashes. I believe upon going upstairs and walking to an alarm clock. I replicated it 2 or 3 times before it just stopped happening. So we're gonna just grab everything we can real quick, and then we're gonna go upstairs and try to touch an alarm clock and see if that crashes the game. I know it sounds nuts that I'm trying to replicate problems, but like that's the whole point of today's stream. I want to make sure that I have a really good working load order. That way when I am playing this game for real, and just like trying to get content, I can do that without worrying, oh, if I pick up you know, a tin can off the ground, is that going to wipe my game? Or if I open a door, or if I try to talk to somebody in the game, is that going to crash my game and end my stream? So we've got to... It sounds like I'm just trying to find an excuse to play the game. And on the one hand, yeah. But I mean, the other hand, I got to try to replicate all my crashes. And the room in question is this one. We're going to save real quick just in case, so I don't have to do all this running. This is going to be a massive save. Like, this one particular character's save file is going to be huge because I keep saving. So this, oh, it's not alarm clock, it's cram. Oh, we touched it and nothing happened. That's good so far. That is good. A battery and some Instamash. I want that blue dress. Should my character run around in a blue dress? So far, you guys, we have managed to go up 1 floor, and I didn't think there was 3 stories to the building. Maybe this building is a TARDIS. Oh no, there's the alarm clock. Maybe it was on this floor. That's the alarm clock. Okay. I'm scared. Literally, I got to about right there, and it crashed. I'm so scared. Okay. The bed's usable. That was so terrifying for me. I'm not joking. Like, that scared the bejesus out of me. Drifter's note. This place gives me the creeps. I can't stand big places. But hey, a diner has to have food, right? You bet. Hell of a lot, too. More than I can carry. I'll have to come back here sometime. I tried looking in some other places in this town, read some terminals. Sad stuff. One was more recent, though. I think I saw a terminal where a guy went on about his loneliness and then how he eventually decided to go live with people. Said if you ever met him, to say hi. Maybe it's time I packed in and went to see if I could stop being lonely, too. Okay. And if we're very, very lucky, we will make it all the way out of the building without crashing the game. You know what's funny is it has the actual interior of the diner kit that Bethesda made for making diners. And the building itself, I want to look on the outside. It feels like, what is that? That little square right there. That's weird. And there's a seam that's, oh, there's one there too. Maybe it's normal for there to be these. No, well, there's one there. That's weird. Anyway, the whole inside of this part is like the inside of a diner. And it's like they took the inside of a diner shell and literally put it inside a, a regular building. So I want to look at the outside of the building. God, please don't crash. And see if there's anything indicating that there might be a diner in it other than the title. Ow. Ooh. Ooh. My wrist is catching. We've got a long load screen that could be indicative of a problem. Okay, we made it out. And that building right there is next. Yeah, there's no indicator that this building would have the diner in it. They didn't even have to put that shell on the inside. And you would think that there would be a back door because of this little deck / patio thing. Or there would have been a door upstairs. So they did a good job on the interior of that. I'm not saying they didn't, but they didn't really respect the building's architecture. That's the one thing I can say positively about the Beantown Interiors mod is if they open up a building, the inside will match the outside. Like if there's windows on this wall, there will be windows on the inside as well. If there's, a bay window, there will be a bay window. If there's all this glass here boarded up, there will be glass on the other side boarded up. And there was none of that. So it's not like, it's a little immersion breaking. It's not going to make me not want to play it, but it is a little immersion breaking. So, Drifter settle. So there's a little tiny crack between this building and this building. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. There's a little crack between the building. I wonder if it's still going to be there when I get close. It is actually still there. Alright, so this building I can explore. I'm just looking at the architecture of it. There's the little crack in the wall right there. Okay. I want to see how big the inside of this building is versus the outside. This is the discount store. I'm not trying to be ugly. I keep waiting for the crash. Oh, there are. My friend. There are, the ad break. Oh, we were on an ad break. I didn't realize. There are, ghouls in here. I can tell you that right now. Should I use the weapon I'm using? I don't have anything silenced. Collector's Thirst Zapper. It does 50 damage. It uses Nuka-Cola ammo. This came with my character. I picked a... This is nuts. Our tester character, I picked, just what is his trait when I was building the character. What is up, Neff? It's so good to see you, sweetie. I My character is like a Nuka-Cola aficionado. Is that how you say it? Aficionado. That's what it is. He's like a big time fanboy of just Nuka-Cola. And he's a collector, if I'm not mistaken. So he came with this collector's thirst zapper, and he's wearing the Cappy jacket and jeans set. We're gonna switch that, actually. I don't like that. We're gonna go to flannel shirt and jeans. And let's give him some armor real quick. Actually, and the militia hat. No. I don't want the militia hat. You've been here for the past 6 minutes, and you just now said something? Oh my god. You broke my heart. I feel like that's actually better. Oh shit. I just heard a door open. I don't know how many there are, but it sounds like several. We're gonna just... Alright, let me put my gun away for a second, and then I'll show you guys my character. Well, there we go. He looks a little bit better like that. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so bad. Woke up 3 hours before your alarm. I've done that before. I hate when you wake up literally 1 minute before your alarm. I hate that so freaking much. Gotcha. Oh, these ghouls are freaking damage sponges. We need to switch to a different gun. I'm not doing a lot of damage. Also, I kind of want to use that Nuka-Cola gun now. Let's see what it does. I blew his arm off and he's dead. That's kind of nuts. Wait. What's it shooting? Is that actually... Is it actually shooting Nuka-Cola? Wait, what? And I think it technically... So it killed a fucking ghoul. That's nuts. Okay, we're not going to use it. It's cool, but we're not going to use that. Let's switch to our... I really want a rifle. I guess that's it. Come on, bring it. He a-coming. I'm just trying to draw him out. It looks like he's like running around in circles downstairs. Is he downstairs or upstairs? He's in the corner. Okay, well, he's not coming for me, so we're gonna loot everything real quick. Also, this is the thing, like, it's crazy how quickly looting can turn into a problem for your game. It's annoying. Which is crazy, because once you loot it, it's no longer being rendered. I mean, like, picking up something and moving it is actually harder on your game engine than just looting it. There's a lot of good stuff in here, though, that's for sure. How are you feeling today, Neth? Modified explosive Nuka-Cola. I mean, kinda. I don't know which door I want to go through. In? You're in? Just tired. Are you working today? Are you going to school today? I'm assuming you go to school. Are you gaming today? Like, what's your plans? I need this information. Okay, this goes up. So wait, this other door, where does it go? It doesn't go anywhere. It's just a little back room. Now, I will say this. The mod is well done. It seems very stable. I'm getting a solid 60 FPS, basically. So, I mean, it's like, it moves like butter. So, there's that. That being said, the problem is, look at the inside of this building. Again, it doesn't match the outside of the building we were just in. That's the only kind of like complaint I have, is when you go into a mod and it doesn't match. It's in here, wherever it is. It's in here. I hear it. Where the fuck is it? I don't see it anywhere. Ah, he's in the bathroom. Well, he's missing an arm now. He was in the wall. No wonder he couldn't get to me. Okay, that was weird. But as far as like, you work all day? Oh, bless. Bless, honey. I'm so sorry. I hate it when someone, myself included, has to work all day. I really do hate that. Today's my only day off, and it looks like I'm just running around playing the game. I'm actually trying to... I'm not trying to break the game. I'm trying to make sure that all my mods work. I'm not really worried about... I shouldn't even be worried about looting, but looting for some reason tends to break the game sometimes. Doing a stream yesterday. Oh, did you? I was probably asleep by then. When I ended the stream yesterday, I had originally intended, like, oh, I'm gonna get on Fallout and do what I'm doing now, or I'm gonna get back on Skyrim and clean up my character. No. As soon as I ended the stream, you guys, I was like, as soon as I hit exit, I was like, ugh. Because we streamed for 3 hours, you know, which is, you know, that's a decent amount. But then I was like, I just want to go hang out with Joseph. So I went and laid back there with him for a minute, or so I thought was just a minute. And next thing I know, I was rolling over in the middle of the night. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is who I am now. I'm a liar to even myself. But you know, I don't regret it. I have no regrets. I have no regrets. We had a good stream. We had a really good stream yesterday. And then after I got Joseph off to work this morning and I checked my email and whatnot and ran around like straightening up, I was like, you know what? I feel like getting on my my stream and just doing like some modding. Trashed living quarters. I've never played the game. I think I own it, but I've never played it. I'm just seeing what else here. Savings and loan. I believe that has either raiders or ghouls in there. It's actually a much bigger building than what you would think. I think it goes the gamut of this whole building, basically. Like, it's a really big interior. But I've never played it. Isn't it like a lot more combat intensive? But it has like basically like a switching mechanic to where like you switch between basically the perspective of two different characters, something like that. That's also Conquered Savings Loan. Yeah, it takes the whole building up, basically. And then this here is a hardware, foodstuffs, and liquors. And it's open. What is this? Dayton's General Store. It's locked with an expert lock. I don't have expert lock picking. Technically, yes. Your character, isn't he like possessed or something? Now, I'm asking because I don't know. I don't know. I've never even played it off camera. Believe it or not, like, I don't have many non-stream games that I play off camera. Pretty much everything you guys have ever seen me play on camera is what I play off camera. A lot of my backlog of games I do plan on eventually getting to, some of which I probably will never stream, but a lot of those are for my retirement, for my personal enjoyment. I don't think there's going to be any enemies in Conquered unless I go inside a building. I think the external world is fine. So we're just going to run around with our light on. I'm not even using cheat terminal. I don't have cheat terminal turned on. So like we have a normal day to night scale, which I believe is every real life minute is 20 minutes in Fallout. So like we could spend an hour just playing around in Concord, and technically it's a week or more in game. He's a human that is possessed by an elvish wraith. Is it a good guy scenario, like two good guys, or a good guy and a bad guy sharing a body scenario? Again, I'm only asking because I don't know. I don't mean to offend. Or say something stupid, you know, like I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm from the school of there are no stupid questions, but I know some folks, like, they get a little perturbed. Oh, I missed Madame Jill's. I think it was, like, right here. Madame Jill's is the magazine shop that has the Titter magazines. So what is this building? The Colonial Hotel. I don't know yet. This is literally the first time you... Oh, so you haven't gotten that far into the story yet. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. What is this? Guns, guns, guns. Hammond's Sporting Goods. Alright, let's turn off the light. Now the...
You're listening to,
It's very well lit. Oh! Hello!
Would you like some Danny K?
Okay, obviously they're friendly.
Thought so.
Welsh.
Welcome to Hammond's Sporting Goods. Would you like to look at our stock?
Oh, that's awful. Are you alright?
That's a strange way to say hello.
I apologize. My voice modulator was shut out during and was replaced with an older model. Then gummies.
Oh my god.
What's for sale?
Everything that I have behind the counter.
Oh, Blue! Hello! How are you?
Are for displaying purposes only and are not for sale.
Alright, let me tab out real quick so I can allow that. Yeah, I would be the same way, honestly. I hope you're doing good today, Blue. It's good to see you. Neth and I are talking about the Shadow of Mordor game, while I am trying to break my game. Basically, I'm stress testing mods. Basically, so far, let's say yes.
Sure.
He has nothing for sale. He has absolutely nothing for sale. He has absolutely nothing for sale, and apparently neither do I. So, he's trying to sell me shit, but he has nothing for sale. This goes up, and then there's a stair going down. Let's have a look-see. I hope I don't get attacked by him. Oh, they've got, like, a little firing range. And then, like, a weapons workbench. I could take the Mr. Handy Fuel so he could stop. Honestly, like, the amount of... Hello. The amount of time that the mod author spent on this mod, I mean no disrespect, but they could have at least gotten a voice actor for Welsh. That particular voice of his, I can't talk to that damn Oh wait, there's like a little home back here. This is cute. I can't talk to that robot. It's got a bathroom with wild corn growing in the toilet. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's a neat little touch. That's barred. Okay. Apparently, there's a way in from another. Who knows? Maybe it's barred on the outside. We'll see. All right. Let's see if this crashes the game. All right. So I think what we're gonna do, guys, is we're going to try another mod. We're gonna add it. We're gonna stack another mod. Right now we're currently running with Concord Revised, Concord Expanded, plenty of Exploring, or is it plenty of Interiors? I think it's plenty of Exploring. Alright, so you know what we need to do is, a lot of these are like just a door leading to an interior cell. What we need to try to do is, I really want to like, I don't want to destabilize my game, but I gotta make sure I can't destabilize it. So I need to find an area that's like new, like one of these buildings. Oh, we've got something on fire. There's a fire. That's fine. I'm sure that's absolutely fine. This particular house right here. Okay, my sneak meter is a pinging. It's locked. Is there another door going in? Oh, wait, what is that over there? That looks like something raidery. You know what? Before we do anything, let's go ahead and try to, like... That I don't even think that plant was there before. Let's try to go ahead and, like... add another mod. There's a building over there that's lit up. There's a lot to explore now. And something floating right there. I think... Oh, that's a house that's not fully rendered. Wait, it's not fully rendered? Or is it going to render once we get back there? It looks... Okay, it's rendering in now. Okay, I just want to make sure before we get too far in. And this is not... I'm not going to save this particular... Say... I'm not going to keep this save. So... Once we make sure that the load order is stable, and will play and will not crash more than like once, maybe twice in a playthrough, it will become my new load order. We also added Commonwealth Underground and Forgotten Spaces. We haven't checked those out yet. And I don't know if I have turned on the Plenty of Interior, or Exploring, whatever it's called. Oh, yes, Plenty of Exploration is turned on. Excuse me so very, very much. So, Vault-Tec and Concord, I don't know, it seems to be like... I don't know about this.
Daddy, chill.
I know, I'm trying so hard to build a good load order. Now, this is a brand new building, like, added to the external world. Theoretically, it shouldn't break the game. It actually has a workshop in there, inside. It's an internalized workshop. It looks really cool. I'm not seeing any enemies, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. Let me turn on Google again. It doesn't look... This is the one, though, that has, like, a lot of crashes being, mentioned. And, like, these two here got fixed in 2016, but the rest of these issues, technically new issues, 2 of them were reported in 2017, not fixed. And one of them, a CTD, was reported, Thanksgiving Day, basically, 2023. That was 2 years ago, and it hasn't been touched since. So... I think we're going to not get the Vault-Tec in Concord. Okay, we're not going to do that one. Okay, that might be actually, believe it or not, like, that might be all of my, like, new areas to explore situation. But, I do want to try out, like, what do you call it? Like, quest mods, basically. I don't know if I want to do, like, Atomic Tales or Tales from the Commonwealth. And those mods might be stable on their own, but some of the mods that we just turned on may not work well with them. So we got to look real quick. And I start with Conquer Revised. That was the first one that I turned on. And it tells me which mods that they work with. But it will also tell you what quest mods that it's incompatible with. So, Conquer Revised is incompatible with one of the quests in Tales of the Commonwealth. I don't have the Museum of Freedom Reborn or Barstool Games. I don't have that. Or Boomstick. I don't have any of those, so I don't have to worry about that. I do have Tales of the Commonwealth. and I thought about playing it, but I can't because it doesn't work well with Conquered Revised. Now, I also need to make sure that my other quest mods will play well with, like Commonwealth Underground, Conquered Expanded, that sort of thing. And plenty of exploration, I guess. Although I think most of my quest mods came out long after plenty of exploration, so it should be compatible with pretty much everything I'm turning on. I'm making sure. Let me go to my bugs real quick on plenty of exploration. It says unclean, breaks pre-combines. That is a new issue that was turned in a year ago. I don't know what that means. Falten partes del mapa error. I don't know what that means. Entrance to sanctuary nav mesh broken. These are all new issues. Maybe I should turn them off. Campaigns don't follow into buildings. And scope causes black screen. I have seen that, and I didn't know that was caused by this. Gonna go past back out. I have to have you playing in the background. Thank you so much, though, for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate that. So this guy stopped fixing problems in the game in 2017. That's why this is a discontinued mod. We're really playing at our own risk. Let's go to post. The newest post was 2019. Wow. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check something. If I'm not mistaken, I did clean plenty of exploration with Fallout 4 Edit. Let me double check. I got to go into my plugins. Where is it at? There it is. Yeah, I have no triggers. I have no notes on it from loot. So far, my entire load order, I have not a single flag. I have no conflicts. I have no overwrites. Everything is just working. So that's the power of Pine-Sol, baby. Conquered Expanded. Let's see. Requirements, again, nothing other than the base game. I really like that. I really like when you go to a mod and it says it doesn't have any requirements other than Fort Hagen Expanded. What? Okay. Glowing Sea Expanded. Salem Expanded. Oh, we may have to look at those. We're an hour and a half in. Let's go to bugs. There are some bugs. Okay. CTDs at Concord, Starlight Drive-In, and Easy City Down. This is new issue 2 years ago. Concord Expanded V. This is the one I'm using, actually, the pre-opt. Because it's ground bug with plenty of exploration. Let me look at that one, because I'm and it is blocked, apparently. It's a bug with the ground at the house north of Concord when using plenty of exploration. Okay. CTD near Drumlin Diner. I don't know what Bots Hostel is supposed to mean. Mr. Bots. Oh, that's created. Okay, no problem. On Red House outside Concord pre-opt. Some clipping through house. Won't fix. Oh, the mod author said that. This is giving problem. We may have to turn off Concord Expanded. I don't want to, but we may have to. Let's check posts. The newest post was 2019. Not a bug, just not compatible with America Rising 2. If I'm not mistaken, I have that as well, and I was considering turning that one on. So we can't use Tales from the Commonwealth, and we can't use America Rising 2, The Enclave. Let me see if I do have that somewhere. I'm almost positive. Yes, America Rising 2, Legacy of the Enclave. We can't use that one. I'm not going to delete any of those mods from my Nexus Mod Manager, only because I can always make a new save one day once I've played through this one that I'm working on, and turn off, the mods I'm using and turn on the quest mods. And what's crazy is, I want to get through those quest mods, but some of those actually don't play well with other quest mods. Go figure. So we can't use America Rising 2. Great. Commonwealth Underground. Let's see if there are any. Why do they have to do this with their writing? That is so stupid. I'm sorry. That is so stupid. Okay, known bugs. Deacon default outfit changes. If Deacon is in his default outfit, he'll show up naked. Okay. Requirements. No known dependencies other than the base game. 4 bugs. Settlers don't move around. Conflict with Creation Club. XO2 power armor. Jamaica plane boss unkillable. Now that's a problem. Crashing when exiting. Well, if you're exiting, I don't really see the problem. But the newest post was a year ago. You think you restore the hidden room that was cut from the Museum of Freedom? We're not worried about that one. That's just a suggestion. Base location and version 2 help. Lynn Pier in the Lynn Pier parking structure. NPC and ITMs. Now I've run my quick clean tool on everything except for that newest mod I just installed, which was the Underground and whatever. Underground and Forgotten Spaces. I did not run quick clean on it, but according to my plugins menu, I don't have any ITMs or anything. Everything is clean and working as intended. In fact, we exited out of the game. It didn't crash, so that's good. I'm going to turn on... What do I want to turn on? We can't use America Rising 2, and we can't use Tales from the Commonwealth. So those two are out. We can turn on the Diamond City Story mod. We'll turn that on. Now, that being said, we won't get to Diamond City for a minute, for a hot minute, but we'll turn those two on. I'm also going to turn on my achievement mods enabler. And, you guys actually can't see what I'm doing right now because I'm in a completely different menu. I'm in my my mod manager right now. Let me actually blow this up a little bit so you guys can see this travesty. Backpacks that come with, I don't want to use that. I just realized I'm not using the Baka Scrap Heap mod. Now, okay, here's the thing. Back in the day, which was a Tuesday, I believe, like a long time ago, our very first time ever using that mod for like a year or more, every time I would turn it on, it would immediately crash the game. Every time. Sometimes it wouldn't even load the game. It would crash upon, like, as soon as the game would come up, it would crash. Like, that is supposed to be a script memory limit expander. Like, it's supposed to expand, like, how many scripts your game can run at once. But I never got it to work right. Now, about, like I said, just a month or two ago, I turned it on and I had no problems from it. Maybe it's still causing the crashes. In fact, let's check. It's got 3 bugs listed. Excel and this mod don't work together before they do, but Breakfesta has it out for you. Version 2.0 crash to desktop legendary item. Says not a bug. Causes my game to refuse to launch from Vortex. That is yeah. I was having problems. It says not a bug. I think literally everything that is listed, the mod author comes back with not a bug, not a bug, not a bug, not a bug, not a bug. I think that the mod author made something faulty. Because there's 2 pages of bugs. And every single response was not a bug, not a bug, not a bug, not a bug. Every single response was not a bug. Let me go to the post. It has 632 posts. And the very first thing that is locked by the person who made this mod, was version 2.0 has been uploaded to support Fallout 4 version 1.10.980, the newest version back then. This should be considered a test version until I say otherwise. Crash reports without linked crash logs will be deleted. So this person who made this mod doesn't seem to be wanting to help people, doesn't seem to be wanting to take accountability. And you know what? What's crazy is like King Gath himself endorsed this mod, and I don't like it. I don't trust it, and I really have very little patience for a mod author who supposedly makes a mod to help people, but then doesn't want to help people. When they give the crash logs, every response was not a bug, 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 not a bug. No explanation. That feels shitty. All right, so we're going to turn on. We turned on Achievement Mods Enabler. We turned on the Diamond City Story mod. It's a quest mod. I need to make sure that that mod is compatible with other quest mods, because I want to throw a couple on, because I like having things to do when you're on your billionth playthrough. No requirements. Okay, good. I'm trying to find compatibility. Your bling bling package for some new automated. That's just new stuff. Quest start. I'm trying to find does this mod work with Depravity and Diamond City expansion? Yes, both. I'm reading real quick. Give me one hot second, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to find if they're, okay, bugs. Here we go. Sorry, my ear is itching. Credits, Defense, Sheriff's Department, other mods. I'm not worried about other mods. I just wanted to see if they had a list of mods. And there are no bugs. There's not even a spot for bugs, but there are almost literally 2,000. Oh, you guys can't see. There are almost 2,000. That is not canceled. That's not what I was trying to do. Google. Okay, let's act a fool. There we go. There are almost 2,000 posts. So let's see what it says. Comments locked. I don't like when comments get locked, because that shows that someone cannot take either A, criticism, even if it's not constructive, or B, that they are not willing to have a discourse with people who are like, hey, here's a suggestion to make it better, or I'm having this problem. Here's how it was generated. Can you help? Like that. Says, do not use this mod anymore unless you need to, because it's part of a mod list. Both this mod and part 2. This mod is now deprecated. I'm so glad I read this. Actually, I think I am using part 2. I think I am using part 2. I think actually I have the second part. We're looking for version 1.1. Says you need this and a texture pack. No new texture download needed for the simple updates. Okay. I downloaded the author's choice textures. I got that. I believe that's what I'm actually running is the second part. Yes, a Diamond City story, main file. Yeah. It doesn't say it has any incompatibilities. I think everything takes place in Diamond City, so it shouldn't be a problem. And it also works with Diamond City Expanded, which I don't know if I have. Diamond City Expansion. I kind of want that. So we're going to turn that on. I don't think it's going to cause any kind of, I don't see any conflicts popping up. That's good. And there's actually a very interesting mod I want to show you guys. It's called Diamond City Home Plate Renewed and Expanded. It's fairly new. It's only been out for a couple of months. They've basically redone Home Plate completely. The whole upper floor, instead of it being like multi-levels and really crappy looking, it's one floor all the way across until you get to the hatch that goes up. And the bottom floor, this is like the door, like right here is the door that you walk in, and the workshop is usually like right here, as well as the little power box. It's also right here. And then over here is like normally where you would put like your kitchen area. There's already lights and stuff running here. I like that. That's another view of that same area. And then this area here has been pushed back and squared off. It usually stops about here. And it's very like, it's this weird little hallway between this area and the area in the back. You see, it looks so good. It looks so good. And then this area here has been changed. This actually has been, because it's been pushed back, you have less wall right here. Normally the wall stops about here. This area here would be open, and then there would be a wall like right here. You guys have seen me build in Home Plate enough to know. And then this has also been like reshaped to have like basically a big giant rectangular, very like full opening, to where you could actually add another floor right here in this ceiling area. I am really happy about that. I'm really thinking about using this versus, see if there's any bugs. There are no bugs, only 49 posts. Patch notes, removed ugly naming, added script. This is from the mod author. Well, the description is confusing as heck. Based on the text under each downloaded file, you need to choose either the base or the PRP version. Actually, I've read through these. That's right. It says, this is the Home Plate mod. I've been looking here for a long time. Is there any chance an update to make Home Plate a fully functional settlement? I would like to use snap and build mode for borrowing, but the settlement limitation makes it difficult. If I could ask one more favor, it would be really nice to have an underground level. It says I'll look into it because I've never done this before, but it is a good idea. Underground level was planned while making the mod as a separate cell, actually. Someone else says there's a mod that makes it a full functional settlement, blah, 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 blah. So far it seems to be working and everyone loves it. Let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. And then we need to boot up the game. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to turn on. I don't want to turn on like 8 or 9 different mods and then load up the game and then it crashes on me. And I'm like, well, I don't know which one it was. But I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the next set of things I want to turn on, if there is anything. I do want to use Flourishing Salem. I'm not going to turn it on yet. Let's bring that up real quick. $399 posts, but no bugs. That's always a good thing. So, requirements. No dependencies other than the base game. Again, I love that. Initialization features. I'm trying to see unique merchants. I'm trying to see if there's any compatibility. I will say a lot of the mod authors are usually really good about telling you which mods aren't or are compatible with them. And nowadays, also, you come across a lot of mod authors who do something like this particular mod, who like, they plan ahead for the already existing mods for these areas. I'm trying my best to just like get to a compatibility thing. So let's just, I'm doing this quickly. These are all just videos, donation scene, tax, stars and stripes dress. There's a lot of shit added in this particular There's so much content for Salem just from this one mod. I mean, so much. Barney Rook. Scrap anything. So scrap anything, or everything rather, works with this particular let's go to sleep. Jesus Christ, it just keeps going. Improved state of buildable workshop toolbox. I didn't see a compatibility thing. Let's go into posts. Sometimes you really gotta just look. Next gen works. So far, yes. Superimposing old ruins on top of the version of the mod. Part of the reason was Vortex insisted on moving my load order around no matter what rules I created. I put this mod in the patch into late loaders, put scrap everything in its own group, which is set to load after those, and it made a lot of things scrappable. Don't use the ESL version, obviously. Some bug reporting. Most of the lamps are superimposed on top of unlit vanilla lamps. Okay. Load order issue. So there's a load order issue. Oh, the mod author has abandoned this mod. Oh, no. I hate when I read that. That was pretty late in the game, though. November of last year. That was pretty late. We're only in March. Yeah, we're in March. I had to make sure. If you're using Excel, you will need FaceGen for this mod, or you'll have NPCs with missing heads. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're not going to turn Flourishing Salem on. I really want to try it, but we're not going to turn it on. Seems like as you start reading, there's more and more problems. So, one thing we can do is we were considering, let me go back to Concord Expanded. And we were considering looking into, at the bottom of their thing, for Hagen Expanded, Glowing Sea, and Salem. So, let's have a look-see. I did not even know these existed until I scrolled down. Wait. According to compatibility, here we go. Intone Tears Project. Just looking. We already knew that, and I'm not using Beantown and Tears mod, so that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. All right, Fort Hagen Expanded. This guy could really just put out a Fallout 4 expand or Commonwealth Expanded. What is this? It really didn't open up. What was it? Glowing Sea Expanded. It's gone. Okay, I had to make sure that I was still online. I just checked to see if my stream was running. That scared me. Okay, so Salem Expanded. Okay, you know what? Let's... It says I downloaded this, but I don't remember. Wait, do I have it already? Go down to Salem. I don't have that. I don't even have like Scrap Everything turned on. None of that. Scrap Everything is a great mod for cleaning up settlements and whatnot. That being said, it breaks pre-combines so bad. So bad. So we're gonna install that one. I'll install any of these mods. I don't turn them on until I tested all the other mods to make sure that they're working properly. So we've got that one. Did I have not downloaded this one. Let me double check requirements. No. 1005 kilobytes. They can't just say like 1 megabyte. All right, let's install that one. What do we just Oh, Fort Hagen. All right, I need to go up to Fort Hagen and install that. Close that. There we go. All right. So there's no glowing sea expanded. Yeah, that kind of sucks. You know what you can do also is if you go to the mod author and click on them, you'll go to their Nexus page, their personal Nexus page, and it will show you the mods. So there's Swamps expanded, Glowing Sea expanded, and then there's Concord, Fort Hagen, and Salem. What's weird is like it brought up the Glowing Sea. No bugs. Let's check the posts. The last time it was updated was 8 years ago. That's something else you've got to look into. Says all of these locations are in the newer versions of SOTS, which is South of the Sea. I know that mod. I might actually have it. So we're not going to download that one. Swamps expanded. There are 4 bugs. Let's check them out. CTD. There are 2 CTDs, new issues. They were turned in 7 years ago. Never replied. Never. The mod author has abandoned this. I can tell you because I mean, there's no priority. There's no replies except for on this one. Let's check the posts real quick. Cannot figure out how to open cache 79NE. I don't see anything. Comment and search disabled. Wow. What about the forum? Floating items and floating items. Okay, so we're not gonna install this one either. I hate that, but we're not going to. He has no collections. There's a bunch of media, but I mean, he has almost 56,000 profile views, 4 endorsements given. That 238 kudos. That's pretty good, but only 4 endorsements. Let's give him a kudos. I hate that, though. Oh, I hate that, though. All right, so we're not going to use... I'm using full dialogue interface. Fusion City Rising. I have Fusion City Rising Quest Mod Plus, and then I have Fusion City Rising version 1.0. I don't know which one I'm supposed to turn on, but we've turned on, I think, like 2 or 3. We turned on Diamond City Story and Achievement Mods Enabler, and didn't we turn on something else just a second ago? Crafting highlight fix, Diamond City expansion. Oh, that's what it was. We turned on the Diamond City expansion and home plate renewed. All right, let's launch the game, and we'll see if the game will launch without crashing. I did it again. I forgot to turn my game capture back on for you guys. Come on. All right, there we go. So it just froze for a hot second. It did freeze for like a hot second when I brought up like the console, but so far no problems. And it did immediately go into loading. It's not like having to wait a second and then start loading. So far we still have a very tiny load order, you guys. Like a very tiny load order. It's mostly still just stability mods. I'm trying to slowly build this load order to where it is viable, playable, and streamable. Ooh. We just had a lookup fail on the Vault Dweller Survival Guide. Okay, so back on our bullshit. I forget where we are in the actual game world. There's actually nothing here. There's no, you can't, I do remember this from this mod from a long time ago. Some of the buildings are literally just external buildings. You just explore the outside of the buildings. You don't actually go in them. Ooh, the sky. You guys see that? What is the sky doing? Oh, it's not doing it for you guys. The sky just it's like turning green for me. It's not turning green for y'all, but it is for me. And we got a lit up billboard over there. That's crazy. Okay. All right, let's try entering this building. Let's see what the what is. There we go.
Got it.
My sneak meter is just a pinging. There's something in here. There's a tree growing through the house, which I'm sure that's actually just like a load order clipping situation. That being said, it still feels like that could totally happen in this world. I bet you it's in this room. I hear a ghoul.
Yes.
Oh, I blew his leg off. You can't get to me now, can you, dude? It would suck if, like, I found a letter explaining the ghoul, and it was like, oh my god. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? I'm pretty sure we know what's going on. The ghoul had to have been, well, the mother. It's in a dress. It's in a dress. This was a mother and her baby. That makes me so sad. I had a feeling it was gonna be some bullshit. That does make me kind of sad, actually. They were all about the kid, too, in this house. Because, I mean, there's like, toys and stuff everywhere. There's proof of a child in this house everywhere. That kind of makes me sad. Alright, so I'm looking for another kind of newish. That's new. That's new. A new location to exploitate. This building could have been used. This building could have been used. Just saying. There was supposed to be, like, somewhere over here, like a shelter or an access hatch or something. Just had a lag spike, and I'm just also, I never noticed that my red rocket was lit up like that before. We've been in there. We've been in a couple of these. We haven't been in all of them. Also, running is not gonna be good for Conquered, but it is necessary to, like, try to break the area. I'm not joking. Running can break the area. I'm not joking. I want to say that's new. And some of these vehicles might also be new. I don't recall quite all of these vehicles. Forgotten Home. There's a lot of exploring to do. I might do a lot of the exploring off camera. Right now I'm just trying to, like, replicate any crashes or problems. That's the workhouse, isn't it? Yes, that's the workhouse. I think that house there is new. There's a few new buildings, like quite a few new buildings actually in Concord. But I think actually we did have one crash, but I was tabbed out. So it could have just been the fact that I was tabbed out that crashed the game. There's a chems vendor. Okay. There's a house there. There's a house down there. I remember that was like a farm or something. There's a house here. There's a house there. Some of these houses are definitely not in the original game. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. This is a vanilla house right here. Some of these houses I know are vanilla. I'm just looking around on the outside. Okay, this little building here is new. With a dead body. Hello. Oh, I took his clothes. Well, I'm not really worried about that, honestly. I think we're just about ready to... You know what? I don't even care about picking that log. I'm not really concerned with the loot. Honestly, I'm not. This isn't about looting. I keep having to tell myself it's not about the loot. It's about breaking the game. Thought I just heard something. Oh, that's new. There's houses over there. Okay, there's more to explore. Sorry. I think we've just about done it. What's crazy is none of the vanilla buildings have been touched because of the Beantown Interiors mod. That's new. Yeah, they didn't touch any of the vanilla buildings. They only added new things. Concord Revised and Concord Expanded, you guys. Those two there, and plenty of exploration, are the mods that basically rebuild Concord into like a real town. Not a city. A town. It's crazy how Bethesda will plop down about eight buildings and call it a city. I'm like, no. No, call it a township and call it a day. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to kill it again. We ran around and we didn't manage to destroy anything. We didn't cook the engine. We didn't crash, so that's good. I think what I'll do then is I'll make sure I have all of these written down and compiled, and then I'll build an actual stream or just play list, and then I'll add like my settlement mods, which is like, you know, you add a bunch of stuff that you can build, change the snapping menu, that sort of thing. But I'm a little bit happier with what we've got going on. I'm actually stunned, and believe it or not, we didn't replicate any actual crashes other than when I was tabbed out when I went to go pee earlier. That was the only one. That was the only crash we had. And the only thing I can say is, with certainty, the only exploration mod that we don't have turned on right now is the Beantown Interiors mod. I wouldn't be stunned, but I would also be kind of like let down to know that this whole time the problems I was having was caused by the one mod that I stood by for so long. Because it's such a good mod. It's such a good mod, but it's not viable. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to delete the saves that we've streamed. I think I have 2 of them, because they will never be fixable, because I've played them up to like level 10 or 20 with the Beantown mods interior patches and whatnot. I will never be able to play those streams again without constantly crashing. So I hate that, but at the same time, I kind of expected it. I didn't want it to be true, but I kind of expected it. So, I mean, it is what it is. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for hanging out on an unscheduled, unsupervised stream. Daddy Joseph is still at work, but I'm really hoping that I can. I've never been able to get through an entire Fallout 4 playthrough for you guys like I am doing with Skyrim right now. And I really want to. It's just we'll get into the middle of something and the game will be so broken because of mods that I'll get to a certain point that it's unplayable. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. If the game crashes in Skyrim or Fallout or Cyberpunk or whatever, World of Warcraft even, if the game crashes, I want it to be because the game itself just crashed. Just inexplicably crashed. I don't want it to be due to mods, because the mods I do have and are showing, I want to be able to play them through to the end. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so very much. I will see you guys on Saturday at 4 o'clock. Unless something changes, I will see you guys on Saturday at 4 o'clock. I believe, let me double check something real quick. I believe that is the last stream of the month. And I believe that is our Daddy Joseph stream. So there's that. I'm just gonna leave you guys with that. Plan ahead. See if you want to write down some questions for him. Get him talking through his mic a little bit more. I'm trying to really get him to come out of his shell. I'm not trying to force him to be like always on camera or always interacting with you guys. But I mean, it's fun when he does interact with you guys, and I'm sure you guys appreciate it as well. So anyway, I will see you guys then. You guys have a great week. Be safe.